A brain implant system helped a fully paralyzed man feel touch again, and some of the gains stayed even after the machine was switched off. Welcome to the Automated Daily, Tech News Edition, the podcast created by generative AI. I'm Trent Teller, and today is July 18th, 2026. Here's the tech news that matters today. This episode is brought to you by Prezi. Prezi helps you create stunning AI-powered presentations in minutes. Find the link in the episode notes. We start with a remarkable medical breakthrough. A man who had been completely paralyzed after a diving accident regained a lasting sense of touch and some partial movement after doctors performed a double neural bypass. The setup used 5 brain implants in a computer to bridge damaged pathways between the brain and body. What makes this case stand out is that improvements continued even after the computer was turned off. That hints the nervous system may be relearning, not just borrowing help from a device in real time. It is still early, still experimental, and far from a general treatment, but it is one of the clearest signs yet that advanced neurotechnology might someday restore real function and independence. In the AI race, China used the World AI Conference in Shanghai to make a broader point about power and influence. President Xi Jinping called for international cooperation rather than a future shaped by one country. And Beijing launched the World Artificial Intelligence Cooperation Organization with 29 countries signing on. The pitch is straightforward: open models, wider access, and less dependence on a small number of dominant players. That message landed at the same time Moonshot AI released Kimi K3, a huge open-weight model the company says can compete with leading Western coding systems. Together, those moves show the contest is no longer just about who has the smartest model. It is also about who sets the standards, builds the alliances, and becomes the default AI supplier for the rest of the world. Europe, meanwhile, is pushing hard on platform power. The European Union ordered Google to give rivals greater access to some search data and to open more Android features to competing AI assistants. In plain terms, that could let third-party tools do more of the things users expect from built-in assistants, like listening for voice triggers or handling tasks across apps. Regulators say Google's scale in search and mobile gives it an advantage that new AI competitors cannot realistically match without intervention. Google says the rules could create privacy, security, and trade secret risks. Either way, this is another sign that AI regulation is moving beyond abstract principles and into the practical question of who gets access to the data and device features needed to build useful services. AI is also changing biology at a very different level. Researchers have designed synthetic CRISPR enzymes that do not occur in nature and may work more efficiently than some existing natural tools. The study used AI-guided protein design to explore thousands of possibilities far faster than normal lab trial and error. The bigger idea here is important. Scientists are no longer limited to tweaking what evolution already produced. They can begin creating new gene editing tools built for specific tasks. If the approach keeps working, it could accelerate progress in medicine, agriculture, and basic research, while also broadening the toolbox available for future therapies. Another milestone came from synthetic biology. The Yeast 2.0 project has now completed the final synthetic yeast chromosome, bringing researchers closer to building the first eukaryote with a fully synthetic genome. Yeast may sound humble, but it is one of science's most useful workhorses, and turning it into a programmable biological platform could have wide effects. It could help scientists make medicines, engineer better industrial microbes, and even support work on hardier crops in a warmer world. At the same time, this kind of progress keeps raising difficult questions about biosecurity, ownership of synthetic DNA, and how much public trust the field can earn as capabilities expand. In research tools, scientists in Switzerland unveiled a prototype detector called Platon that can reconstruct the 3-dimensional paths of particles inside a single solid block. The engineering behind it is complex, but the significance is easy to grasp. If this design scales well, future detectors could become simpler, cheaper, and more precise without relying on huge numbers of separate parts. That matters for particle physics, especially hard to study signals in neutrino experiments, and it could also improve medical imaging like PET scans. This is exactly the kind of quiet infrastructure breakthrough that can shape science for years, because better instruments often lead to better discoveries. And finally, a strong set of space stories. Astronomers say the rocky exoplanet LHS-14b appears to have an atmosphere, making it one of the most promising known worlds for habitability studies. There is no evidence of life, but finding a rocky planet in the habitable zone that seems to have held on to an atmosphere is a major step. In a separate result, the James Webb Space Telescope helped uncover a hidden giant planet, Beta Pictoris d, by detecting its atmospheric signature, rather than spotting it in a standard image. That points to a new way of finding worlds that are buried in glare or dust. And back on Earth, India completed its first private orbital rocket launch, a milestone that signals real momentum in the country's commercial space sector. Thanks to our sponsor, 11 Labs. 11 Labs lets you discover the future of AI audio with cutting-edge voice technology. Find the link in the episode notes. That's your tech briefing for July 18th, 2026. The story I'll be thinking about most is that neural bypass result, because lasting recovery is a much bigger idea than temporary machine control. Thanks for listening to the Automated Daily Tech News Edition. I'm Trent Teller, and I'll be back with more tomorrow.